So if you ask me today, I do not have any dislike of food. I can have anything and everything that is made at home unless it is made by someone else. So I'm not a very good cook. I can have anything that's made by someone unless it's edible. I do not like, I still do not like is, I'm not a very good at non-veg. So I'm a pescatarian. I like more of fish and eggs. I am not a very chicken and mutton person. So yeah, that's something that I still am not very, very good with.
So I still have to come across food that I didn't like. I've realized that when I don't have an appetite, nothing is tasty. All right. Any guests who would like to? Any any guests who would like to volunteer? Come on.
Time,
Shaheen.
time. As a child, time.
Okay, and you're a guest.
Yes.
Okay.
First time.
All right. So we have our guest here, the first guest for today's session, Shine. And Shine, your topic. Have you attempted cooking? And how was your first experience? If you haven't attempted cooking, if you had to imagine, what would it be like? All right. So, Shine, your topic. Have you attempted cooking? How was the very first experience? And if you haven't, imagine what would it be like?
Okay.
All right.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Shine, and this is my first time to Toastmaster. So yes, I have attempted cooking, and I'm somebody who really loves to cook as well. Especially, I remember during the school times, whenever I would have exams, that's when all that inclination towards cooking would, I would really feel like cooking because I either had to study or waste my time. So that time I would try and, do some time pass cooking. And also in this lockdown, I think everyone at home were, trying out new things and stuff. So that's again one time when I really got to experiment and do a lot of cooking. So yes, I think that's it. You want me to say more? My first experience, I frankly don't remember when was the first time I started cooking, but I really like to see and learn from my mom, my mother-in-law, the way they cook, and I try to, do the same thing that they use in the recipe. But initially it comes, but then the second time I do it, it's obviously not the same as what they are preparing. But yes, I think, but I do like to cook. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, who would like to come next? Come on.
Mohsin. Mohsin.
Okay, you're a Toastmaster. Yes. Okay, all right. So, Toastmaster Mostin, your topic is any food that recently or whatever you can remember took you down memory lane. Any food that triggered nostalgia, recent or in the past. Yeah. So, any food that triggered nostalgia. Toastmaster Mostin. Yes.
So recently I was traveling to Kerala and I was eating at I am Cozy Court Mess and they serve curry. And that was the food I have tasted almost 20, 30 years after when I was growing up. My mom used to make curry when I moved places, went out of my town to study. Never got a chance, unfortunately, to try out. And in the age of Swiggy and Zomato, we tend to order burgers and pizzas and biryani. So that day, seeing the texture and the color, it just took me many years down. Especially in the summer vacation when my mosi used to come and she used to make very good curry. So it was an amazing experience. And when I came back, I actually looked up on Swiggy and found a restaurant which was selling curry. And I've been ordering it quite often lately. So yeah, curry is one food which I have rediscovered, I would say. And I'm trying to also socialize with my friends. Once in a while, I carry it to my office in my lunchbox. So that's one food which has took me to down to the memory lane. Thank you.
Mhm. So anybody else who would like to volunteer? The guests, we request the guests if anybody would like to volunteer. Come on.
Well,
So Toastmaster Mandar, your topic is what is your earliest memory of food? Earliest memory of food. Yeah, Toastmaster Mandar.
हेलो एवरीवन। एज यू नो दैट मेनी पल से हम होश तो 17 साल में पाते हैं। इट्स नॉट अबाउट द फूड। आई रिमेम्बर ईटिंग माय फूड समथिंग लाइक आई वाज इन माय फर्स्ट और सेकंड स्टैंडर्ड। one of my sister, she makes very good onion uh, 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 onion, not it's a chutney, onion chutney. So that I remember very like if I flash back to my memory, that onion chutney what I ate in my childhood. Because recently I visited to her and I informed to my mom that you don't make that type of chutney that my sister makes when I was in first or second standard. So that is my you know that what I remember as my first food at what I ate in my school days or childhood. Yeah, so I don't know how she used to make, but she used to make very deliciously. So so I can describe more about that. Yeah.
Thank you. Any guests who would like to come on? Let's give her a big round of applause. Yeah. Hi. So, our guest Sanskriti, her topic is what is your favorite food TV commercial or even print if you like it, but your favorite food commercial, any advertisement related to food that's your favorite. Okay. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Susanskrita. I am a guest here today and it is my first time that I'm joining Toastmasters. And let me spill the bean, I'm not a TV person at all. And my favorite commercial would be the Maggie ad, which is Maggie, Maggie, Maggie. I've watched it over and over again from my childhood and I still watch it. That's the only ad commercial that I still watch. And it is the only ad which whenever it comes on YouTube, I never skip it. And Maggie is also my favorite time pass food because you get it everywhere. And I'm sure most of us here would like it. It may not be very healthy, but it is likable. So it is very sapid. I think everyone here will agree. And it's very simple to cook. And especially when I go to Himalayas or I go to any mountainous place, I would definitely not miss out on Maggie. So I think that's my favorite food and that's my favorite TV commercial. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. No, I don't. I never tried. I don't think it's sapid. I don't think. No, I didn't try the chocolate version, but I tried. There's a Maggie place near my college, and I tried varieties of Maggie there: Chipotle Maggie, cheese Maggie, and everything Maggie. And whenever I think of Maggie, it's just yum. That's what I can imagine. And I just love Maggie, and I just love sharing Maggie also. And I'm sure in the future, in the coming days, you all will get Maggie from me. Free Maggie sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanskrita. I think we are like the Maggie generation. We've grown up on Maggie, and I wouldn't share my Maggie with anyone. Anyone else? Any guest? One more guest. Any guest who would like to try? Come. Let's give her a big round of applause. Hi.
Sharanya.
Sharanya. Okay. Oh yeah, she's a member now, right?
But I can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sharanya, what food can you eat anytime? Whether you're happy, whether you're sad, it's like your anytime or your go-to food. What's your favorite food? What can you eat anytime? Happy, sad, angry, jubilant, any time of the day or night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharanya, what's your favorite food? What can you eat anytime?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharanya. I have a very interesting journey with food. So I've been a vegan of late. So I've transitioned to vegetarian to vegan. So my favorite food that I could eat anytime was curd rice, which I cannot eat right now. So right now, but then I am more of a dahi chawal khichdi eater, which I can eat anytime. If I'm hungry, if I'm angry, if I'm outside, anywhere, any restaurant, go to. My comfort food basically is dal khichdi. So yeah, I can't eat curd rice. So that was my go-to food because I'm a vegan right now. So that was my first primary comfort food was curd rice. So if I can't eat curd rice now, so it's the kadi chawal or khichdi. Yeah.
What type of
So khichdi interestingly can be made in very different types of khichdi. There can be vegetable khichdi, there can be different dals. So you can mix various dals, you can mix various vegetables, you can make puris, and there are so many different. So I can any type of khichdi is my go-to food.
Thank you. So we have time for one last speaker. Anybody? Parisa, come. Come. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. Come on. Okay. Let's put our hands together for our guest. Hi.
So,
Soham.
yes, I'm kind of a guest. I paid today only, so.
Okay, no, then you remember. Okay. So, Toastmaster Soham, I'll take the liberty to address him as Toastmaster. Toastmaster Soham, any place or food in Mumbai that you would recommend, like big time, saying this is something you really have to try. Anything that you would recommend to all of us to try in Mumbai? Any food, particular food, or a particular place that serves a particular food? Yeah? Your food recommendation in Mumbai for all of us. Yeah?
Yes. So I guess there are multiple recommendations. Um, First, one of them is in Navi Mumbai itself. I think some of you might be familiar with it. It's called Shiv Kripa. It's in Sector 6. So that has really nice pani puri. And yeah, so that is one suggestion. Then one of this, the next suggestion is slightly offbeat. So you guys must be knowing there is a chain of restaurants called Shiv Sagar. So some of them serve Mexican food. So they also serve enchiladas, which has its own unique taste. Like you know how Chinese Indian food is not Chinese; it's more of Indian. That way, yeah. So even that has its own unique Shiv Sagar flavored Mexican taste. So that's one more thing I would suggest. And the last one would be, I guess, Gupta sandwich. Yeah. So that my father's office used to be there in Sector 17, and that is a childhood favorite of mine. So these are the ones that come on top of my mind, and yeah, enjoy. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
We're definitely going to go try the Gupta sandwich because I am not familiar with it. So I'm definitely going to try it.
Thank you. Let me know.
Oh, definitely. Come for it. Please put the hands together for
Yes.
Hi. So Toastmaster Parita, your topic is what's the one food fantasy that's still on your bucket list? What's the one food fantasy that's still on your bucket list? I'm sure there must be many, but if there's one that you definitely, like, I have to do this. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, how many of you eat to live? Please raise your hand. How many of you eat to live? Wonderful. And how many of you live to eat? Wow, wonderful. So I'm also in that category. So I'm the person who loves eating. All the time, I'm surrounded by food, and I'm a very good cook as well. Yes. So when the question was asked to the last contestant or the speaker, that which is the best food that you can find it out or in Vashi, I would say there's nothing great in Vashi. Everyone come home. I can make everything. Coming back to fantasy, I'm sorry, but I don't have any fantasy of food because I have been traveling too much. So I have really had all the kind of cuisine, and basically, as I'm a good cook, so I cook everything at home. But yes, one thing that I want to always try, I go there, I touch, I feel I should eat, I should cook, but then I'm back to square one. That's white in color. That's oval in shape. I'm a vegetarian. Yes, that's egg. Now my kids definitely love egg, though we all are vegetarian. They've all started eating egg at home as well. So every time I go near, I try to touch. My daughter Shreya says, "Mama, you can do it. Come on, you can do it." I again come back. I'm at square one. I don't dare to touch. So that is something I would say it's a fear that's there in me, and I have to overcome as I overcome my public speaking fear after coming to Toastmasters. I'm sure a few friends over here are going to help me doing that with next eloquence or whatever we bring me. But yes, definitely overcome your fears so you don't have any more fantasies in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Parita. So, Yuvraj, if you can help with the timing for Toastmaster Kunal. Yeah. Oh, okay. Toastmaster Yuvraj, if you can help me with the timing.
Toastmaster Kunal, 1 minute.
1 minute, 54 seconds. So he's qualified. Toastmaster Rashmi,
1 minute 20 seconds.
1 minute, 20 seconds. Okay.
Toastmaster Shine, 1 minute 24 seconds.
Okay. Toastmaster Mohsin,
1 minute 8 seconds.
1 minute, 8 seconds. Toastmaster Mandar.
1 minute 11 seconds.
Okay. Guest Susanskrita.
1 minute 22 seconds.
1 minute, 23 seconds. Okay. Toastmaster Sharanya.
1 minute 12 seconds.
1 minute, 12 seconds. Or Toastmaster Soham.
1 minute 26 seconds.
1 minute, 26 seconds. And Toastmaster Parita.
2 minutes 10 seconds.
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeevan. Time to slip into a break for 10 minutes. I'm sure there are samosas and chai waiting for us. We'll see you after 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Can you please see the mic?
Yes, it is. चालू कर देना.
My friend is giving you material. Toastmaster of the day, presiding officer, Toastmaster, guests, friends, namaskar. I am Sangeeta Shruti. Can somebody help me with the time? What time is it? 6:42? No. It's breakfast time. Why? Feedback is the breakfast of champions. I know, it was a picture. Let's go on. Let's not drag it too much. General evaluation section has 3 parts to it. First part is evaluation of the prepared speeches. Second part is the report of the tag team. So all your R's and comes and so's and ands and no's have been counted. And the third part is the general evaluator's report. Let's move on to the first part. First speech that we heard today was from Toastmaster Rohidas. His evaluator is Toastmaster Dharmesh. I call on Toastmaster Dharmesh to give his evaluation.
बंदा ये बिंदास है, बंदा ये बिंदास है, स्पीच देने की प्यास है, बंदा ये बिंदास है. Typically, when we see an icebreaker speech, a person is very nervous and he has fear of the audience. But I'm sure you will all will agree that Toastmaster Rohidas was neither nervous nor did he find very good confident start to his icebreaker speech. I will tell you what I liked about your speech. First is that your structure of the speech was very good. Like started with you had an opening, then you started with a question and engaged the audience. Then you have a couple of stories about your childhood, and then your the second story, which again was very engaging. And lastly, you had a very good conclusion how you moved from the stories your peers to Toastmasters in order to conquer your peers. So it was very structured speech and it was a nice speech. Next thing what I liked about your speech was the humor. Your speech, your story about you and your South Indian friend, it was quite humorous how you did it and pushed you to go to the give the speech without you knowing that you had to give the speech instead of going to it. That humor was good. Next thing was that you maintained eye contact with each and every person in the room, and that was good. You also engaged the audience by your questions and have maintained eye contact. So now coming to the recommendations, I have 2 points for you. First point is that when you give your speech, it was very fast, so I expect you to give some pauses. Like for example, when you give the introduction, after that you could have a pause, then you could do it here, then you start with your first speech, and then you a pause, then again go the other side, and then give your second story. So it will help the audience to grasp your story rather than continuously speaking. And second thing, what I would like to tell you is that you had a story in which there were 2 characters. So you could have some voice modulation, like you had a South Indian friend. Suppose if you try that, you know, I'm a South Indian now, so I can Marathi speech देगा तो तुम दो ना. So something would it could have engaged the audience and also created fear. So these are the 2 recommendations that I would like to give you. So overall, I will conclude that a very confident, strong speech, maintain good eye contact and good structure. But if you put some efforts on these 2 points like voice, engaging voices and giving some pauses, it will be a great speech. Thank you.
Before we move ahead, there's a very important point of business. Our BPPR Toastmaster Sakshi has been gesticulating very badly, and I don't understand what she's saying.
I'm just saying try to press it so that just I understand if it is on or not.
She's been telling me, I don't understand what she's saying. Okay, this is the story.
How do I know?
This is a story. I can have this video. No, that's a speech. So that's not the problem, right?
Yeah, you can take it.
I can go ahead.
Yes.
I have
Proceed.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. It is always interesting to tables turn. The second speaker today is someone we usually see as an evaluator. Today she was a prepared speaker. And that was one pair on account. The evaluator is one on another side. Let us see sparks fly. Second evaluator for today's second speech was Toastmaster Vidya. Second evaluator Toastmaster Ron Gilligan.
Good evening. I'll have video on you and I won't see. Let's start straight with the evaluation. So the first question to you is, did the speech work? Yes? Did the speech work? Yes, speech worked. A beautiful speech, and congratulations to Toastmaster Vidya for giving a wonderful speech on motivation. Now, yes, you motivated us for 5 to 7 minutes. Now it's my turn to motivate you, to evaluate you and give you a evaluation that will motivate you to give a better speech. So your goal. Overall, the speech was very positive, very friendly, very light and humorous, which I love. You started very positively with questions, which immediately drew in the attention of the audience. And immediately we were struck by what you were trying to say about your being motivated and your stories and all that. You also used a personal story about how you went bankrupt and how you are used motivation to recover from that tragedy. Which is a very big positive because personal stories connect. So in future speeches also use more personal stories. Very important. We use a lot of good ideas on how to for us to be motivated, including books, listening to speeches, using the help of friends around us. We give the example of the interesting speaker, Les Brown. If you guys, anytime you want motivation in your life, just go to Google's Toastmaster champion speakers, listen to those speeches. They'll just take you mentally to another level. So very good tip for all of us to how to motivate ourselves. And honestly, we need that. Life is tough. We'll face challenges every day. And we need to learn to motivate ourselves to improve, become better. So thank you, Vidya, for that very interesting knowledge session on motivation. Also, your delivery style and is so enthusiastic and so full of joy, and this we really enjoyed it. And the music at the end was like very nice touch to end your speech. So these are the things which I think will automatically motivate you because of the positives. But there are certain things which are noted which will help you in your coming speech, and specifically for this project is the feedback you have to work on for your next speech. First of all, I noticed that you spoke very fast, and there were not very few pauses in between. You didn't give us time to digest your points in between them. So that's something you need to slow it down slightly, maybe 20%, your speaking speed. Also, throughout the speech, I was trying to grapple with what exactly the message you were trying to give. I understood what you were saying, but I couldn't take away the message which was there. So we have a saying in Toastmasters, which is, tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you told them, and then tell them what you're going to tell them. So it's all the 3 times you're going to hammer the same point. What is the specific purpose of your speech? Very important to include that. You have to be very clear what you want the audience to take away. I saw a little bit of nervousness, so I think a little bit of more practice and rehearsal could have taken it much higher. Although it was overall pretty good. One thing I noted is you gave us a lot of information about how to find motivation. I would have loved a lot more personal stories. And from you, stories are too much fun. So you would have really enjoyed that as well. So next speech, maybe incorporate more stories and maybe the data points into this. Overall, the summary was also very nice. And you ended with the music, which I think was very nice touch to it. I think everybody would agree you're a fabulous speaker in this club. I would like you to come more on stage, give more speeches. Don't leave such a big gap between speeches. It doesn't help anybody. You would all like to hear from more, right?
Yes.
Okay. And one last point before I go. This evaluation is not free.
Pani Puri.
Party. Thank you.
Third speech was. So I'm thinking whether I should call the evaluator quickly or not to get into a race. Call Aram say. Remember the speech now? Yes, it was Toastmaster Vinay, and our evaluator is Toastmaster Amul. Once again, good evening everyone, and my target is Toastmaster Vinay. Firstly, I congratulate you on delivering your speech successfully within tribal guidelines, and I evaluate on the basis of body language and vocal variety. So you started your speech with one thing, and then pretty much we saw the body language part. Also, there were no high pitch or no pitch, so that was also very good. Plus, I really liked the vocal variety, and you use personal stories, so everyone was connected to you. Your speech was very well articulated, and the strong message. Is it really worth it? You just kept saying after again and again. So everyone was thinking, is it really worth it? And the last story you shared about your health. And after that, you say, yes, it is worth it. So the key message was also very strong in your speech. But there are a few recommendations to improve your speech on next level. There are almost, I think, 6 stories. The exam story, then reunion, and then many stories. So just 2 to 3 stories are more than enough to convey your message. When you use more stories, then the audience may get confused for the message point of view. The second is transition but not that smooth. Because you talk about the crush and just you jump to the mama story. So I also think that did I miss something in between? So the transition should be smooth to grasp what you are going to say next to the audience. Overall, excellent speech. You serve the purpose of the speech and make the speech objective as well. Just work on the recommendation and you will go into very well. All the very best for upcoming speeches. Again, 2 senior Toastmasters. Speech was Vaya Toastmaster Anand. Evaluation is not champion. Toastmaster Sunny.
One of the main things when we, as an audience, listen to the speech is what is the takeaway for me? When I sit and listen to a speech for 5 to 7 minutes. And the takeaway for all of us, including me, was go out. Right? Whenever the sign of a very experienced speaker is the ability to structure the speech because content is the speech. And today in Toastmasters Anand's speech, I could see that the content was very smoothly put across. The way the title was used throughout the speech and the way the question was used. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? That is a very important usage in advanced speech writing, that is signposting. And today Toastmaster Anand very nicely showed that when he was again and again using the term Goya as well as where do you see yourself 5 years from now. It was sprinkled throughout the speech. Very well usage of the title and good usage of the question. So that is a good example of signposting a speech. So as an audience, I know, okay, this is a break and again another section is going to start. So there is a proper signposting for ending of a section and starting of a section. The second thing which I liked was the confidence to use a prop and to do some experiment. The way Anand used that story. He sat over here and the opening was amazing. He started with a voice. The moment I came and told the speech objective and sat over there and was just looking into the pen. And that voice, it just brought me back to here. Because the human attention span is just of 60 seconds. The first 60 seconds you should be able to capture. And Toastmaster Anand was able to do that with me with the usage of that voice, some different voice that broke that monotony. That is again something that take away from me, to be able to do that as a speaker in that first 30 seconds. And finally, what I liked was that calm and composure. Throughout the whole speech, he was very calm, composed, smiling. There is no sense of some kind of authoritative. And like how he mentioned, he was able to say that he was an innovative leader. So he was able to meet today's speech objective while delivering this presentation. Now, I have two recommendations for Toastmaster Anand. The first is in terms of making audience interact. He had a very good question. Where do you see 5 years from now? He could have asked, have you been at the other end of that chat with me, where somebody asked you, can I see a raise of hands? And many people would have faced in that interview. Or maybe, have you ever spent your whole day and at the end of the regretted that you did not move out of your house? And again, you could have connected with the audience. So the second point which I would like to say in terms of recommendation is, again, have a David Goliath story. The whole rhythm was like this. It was always up. As a leader, did you face any struggle? And if you did that, how did you overcome? That would be a great way to connect. So overall, an amazing speech, title, signposting, and just including audience interaction and maybe David Goliath's story. And all the best.
Pillars of making the tactic. We'll go to the tactic reports now. Yes, we will start with our timer. I request Toastmaster Ibraj to first give us the timing for the evaluators.
Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmasters on 4 minutes per second. Toastmaster Amrita, 2 minutes. Toastmaster Sanish, 3 minutes 29 seconds.
Accepting DTM Ron, everybody is qualified for voting. So, Master, kindly note. Next person is our R counter, lady who's been listening to us, a gentleman who's been listening to us very keenly.
So after all the speeches and evaluation, let's spill the beans on extra words. Okay, the SAR started with a single one. Okay. Presiding officer lady had two and the one repeat word. Area director Jamie was flawless. TMOD had 1 and 4 hours. Timer Yuvraj had 7 hours. Sandhya, Ramesh Sandhya was flawless. So, remaining I'll give the followers to others. So first we are evaluating Ramesh. Ramesh had 7 hours. Rohidas had 3 hours and 1 short hours. Ron had a single hour. Vidya had 2 hours and 3 other repetitions. Toastmaster Amrita was flawless. Toastmaster Vinay had 2 hours. Evaluator Sunish was Sandeep was flawless. And Anand had 1 hour and 1 shot. Okay, the second part we had our TTM. Jinal was flawless. For Kunal, I had to add a new column for Uno because he had 4 Unos. And 4 Earths. Rashmi had 3 Earths and 1 Peter. And Shine justified my Uno column with 4 more Unos. Mosin had 7 Earths. Manda 2 Earths. So Sanskita had 1 up. Sharanya, a single and Soham, maybe because of his name, he had three souls in his and Karika was flawless. And G, I'm still counting now.
So we got the timing right, we got our diction right, let's get our language right and listen to our grammarian's report for the day. Toastmaster Sanjay.
Good evening, everyone. So all the questions were very well prepared. You all agree with me? Yes. And hence, I could not find any incorrect usage of them. But did find some good ones, which were timid, incurred, devastated, wrapping up, durable, edible, pescatarian, vegan, goya. Get in touch with you for getting more about, getting to know more about that one, because I did not find it online. One of the key hands for the was by our guest, Susan Srita. The name was used by Toastmaster Captain, Toastmaster Season, Toastmaster Love. Yeah.
One problem with calling people on stage is you never know which side they're coming up. So which side I'm going down and it's my notebook. Third part of the general evaluation session is the evaluator's report, where I get to blabber to my husband. So not much content, the agenda is a different time. Let us start with the fact that the meeting started on time. Our Toastmaster of the day had some stories about food. We see generally stories related to food and art telling the story of civilization. And he actually did that, told us about Spanish potatoes, what oranges and European potatoes, and he told us about Mughal emperors and took us through the journey. That was a very nice part. Our Toastmaster of the day, our table topics master again continued the theme, made everybody hunger for the break, and had something to say after every speaker. She had a low spirit to encourage the speaker. So I would recommend that as a table topic master, if somebody is stuck on stage, you ask them a question if possible. If it's a guest, kindly avoid. Let us not make them feel like they are stuck here for 2 minutes. Let them go if they want to. And let us not engage in a conversation with multiple questions, maybe. Maybe just one question and then wait so that people are not pulled out of that comfort zone. Also, I would request that all of us, when we are taking on the table topic master role, to remember that calling on the timer for a timer report is part of our section, and that is how we are supposed to end that section. As to the very efficient tag team, first things first. Do you know our timer is doing the role for the first time? Yes. And he's done a brilliant job. Coming to the R counter, our R counter is a guest and again did a flawless job, though he is threatened to count my R still. Grammarian for the day was observant. One small recommendation I have is, as a grammarian, when you are introducing the word of the day or phrase of the day, let all of us remember to tell people to react with a raised thumb every time it is used, because guests or newer members may not know and hence the reaction may not come. As to the evaluators, all I would say is certain senior evaluators should maintain timing restrictions. Other than that, all I would say is, whenever you're coming to introduce the objectives of the speech, kindly mention the time allotted for the speech. It helps the timer. Also, I would recommend that when we are giving the evaluation, we should always mention whether the requirement for the project has been met. Because based on the evaluator saying that, the project gets completed. So you need to mention that if it was a body language related project, the requirement for the project has been met or not met, if you feel that way. So if you say not met, the member will do the review. Going on to certain general recommendations I have, or let us finish the table topic speakers, starting from the story of Kipla Delights. Everybody did a good job enthralling us with a lot of good stories. One recommendation I have for guest and speaker alike is try and spend a little more time on stage. You have 2 minutes, take the time, because fortunately or unfortunately, public speaking is like driving. The more you do, the more you learn. You can't take an online class, let's say. You need to talk. So if you have 2 minutes, I would recommend we spend those 2 minutes here. Like, see how I'm occupying all this space right now. Like that. Now, certain general observations for our club. It's what qualified. I would recommend that whoever among us takes the role of a star, wherever, we introduce the next person coming on stage. So if you're calling on the presiding officer, give a shorter 2-line introduction. You are calling on the contest chair or an MOC, just give a 2-line recommendation. That is part of your script, even though it is not part of the printed script. So if you're calling on the next speaker, I would recommend the star give a little introduction. Guests and members alike, kindly pay heed to the notice on the door and please walk in only when you hear applause. Please do not disturb the speaker on stage. And for sure, I would recommend everybody to keep their phones on silent mode, not even on vibrate, because many times when we are in a classroom, we have desks, so it makes a noise, so we don't keep it there. In the end, I would like to share with you a little feedback for myself. I am an emotional person by nature. I put my hand up, and people who know me a little more than others know I'm an emotional person by nature. But I've always prided myself in saying I have a list of logical reasons for which I am a Toastmaster. This meeting from minute 1 has proven me wrong. Today is my first anniversary at Toastmasters. I've completed 1 year, and starting I'm having bouts of nostalgia, starting from seeing Toastmaster Jamie, who was the first ever Toastmaster I saw. I walked into the room that day and she was the person standing there with a smile. To the fact that Lily is wearing a black shrug, which was what she was wearing that day when I was there. Today, Meenakshi was a table topics master. Trust me, I can go on. I'm having bouts of nostalgia, which I did not expect. Feedback being, no, we don't know ourselves fully, right? Maybe we can continue exploring. Thank you for the brilliant opportunity. And back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sangeeta Sufi. It's been a pleasure serving you as a Toastmaster on day. I hope there was some interesting stories that came up with. You would learn something, and I'm sure the speakers also learned a lot by speaking and by practicing. And yes. On that note, a big thanks to all of you who have taken time out for this meeting. And it's time for awards now. I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Priti.
Was it like a Monday? My presiding officer address for now. I can see a few more new faces in the crowd. So I would like to speak to them. Just give us your name and how you thought, what you thought about our meeting. Yeah, so by the time I do this, Ravi has already sent the link to the WhatsApp group.
Yes, it is.
Please start the voting. As for the guests, we have the QR codes here. Please scan it and Sanjay, give it to Sharanya also. Sharanya, so they have not yet been added to the group. So please, your. Okay. In the meantime, new faces. Where is? Yes, ma'am. If you could just give us your name and tell us what you thought about the meeting. I'm a perfect science publishing. We have so many important relation with the body movement and persons and race, I think we should publishing is not use the I'm just trying to understand that kids and I teach nursery grades and they are really tough for me. laws and unmet. There are still now products trying to pull out the and what's happening. Can you that was impossible. So I understand how to talk space. Even watching the way you walk space. Thank you so much. What do you have from Navi? You are Dr. Navi.
Hi, my name is Devadan. This is my first time attending the Toastmasters. I was still watching the meeting at all, and when you try something for the first time, the first thing I encountered is the inferior complex. Watching so many people do so awesome. You see that made me realize able to do it. But I can say that today at this place that I did not feel it. I was inspired to participate or try something for here, but maybe when I go back to my club back and maybe create something better.
What you saw in I think Shine. We know your name, just tell us how you felt about it. I'm coming. I said I'm coming.
So we do have our school parents or their teaching other thing about it, how to who we are. So I've been talking a lot of state schools and I'm good at my work. I'm confident in my see that when I'm going on stage myself there is I can Toastmasters something I know about it because my husband was spoken and they also have a club. And also when I did my project online public course that's also so I did learn about it. So it's very good and
Good. So, Sanish is our VP, and I'm sure we'll have you back as our member next. I think Great. We'll definitely give you an opportunity for that.
17.
Would you like to give us your view as well? Quick, 1 or 2 sentences. We are kind of running short of time.
I am very impressed by the session. And today's session and every speaker and I have been very inspired today. I've attended English speaking courses in the past and I spent relatively limited ones. But stay ahead and it's relatively advanced. And yeah, I mean, all thumbs up for this. Thank you.
Toastmaster Rahul, your feedback.
It was, I think, it's not, I haven't had a full-fledged meeting. Because back in India, having this school of matching schedules and activities. So that is one thing I was looking forward to, and I have a lot of hopes to apply back in my life. But looking forward to have the same energy for energy.
Both are both mixed up and shared. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you as part of our family. Thank you, most welcome.
Like Rahul has rightly said that we are supposed to take this energy to our club and start with track our journey.
Do you know their club is in Nagothane? Okay, they've traveled all the way from there to here just to attend our meeting. I think it's some 1 hour away from Mumbai.
2.5.
I'm very sorry.
Double.
So the polls, okay, the polls have been put in the WhatsApp group. So the best speaker for today. Any guesses? Very tough, right?
Very tough.
So who's it? Vidya, Anand. Oh. Great. So let me go ahead and announce Toastmaster Vidya. So I think my motivation is this. Seriously, thank you all. Best evaluator, the one and only. Thank you. The best table topic speaker. Yes, Maggie. So, Sunny's membership. The best Role play from the top three. The keyboard, the GE or the TTL. Guesses, come on. The keyboard. Toastmasters. Sorry, the best auxiliary role player. Any guesses? Thanks to Toastmaster Rahul. Our counter backed out. When Sanish told me that he got a message saying he's backing out, I turned around, I saw Rahul. I said, Rahul, he was another of my victims. So with that, we are done with all the polls. I have a few announcements that I need to make. One is Toastmaster Dharnesh has circulated a form which is asking for all your introductions. Just basic questions. So what we're planning to do is we want to collate it so that next time somebody is in team hall, they can just, it will be like a ready reference for them. So those of who have not filled up the form, please go ahead and fill up the form. Secondly, Toastmaster Praveen and Toastmaster Dharnesh are part of the education committee. They would be approaching all of you for roles. So please be kind and accept roles when they ask you. In fact, be even kinder and approach them for the roles. Yeah. Similarly, there are other committees that have been formed. The membership committee has Toastmaster Ruchi, Toastmaster Nisha, and Toastmaster Deepak. The SA again has a committee with DTM Ron and Toastmaster Deepak playing a double role. So these are all people who are volunteered to help the club in their committee. The secretary is one man army. The next meeting is on October 14th. I hope to see all of you there, even the guests. I hope to see.
21st.
Sorry, 21st October. Extremely sorry. The next meeting is on 21st October. Actually, the second time I made the same mistake. I told the PR. First time, okay, we've been coming to 7 weeks continuously now. It's time for a break. The next meeting is on 21st October. Hopefully, it will be in the management college, but we will keep you informed if there is a change of venue. It will be somewhere in this college. That much I can tell you. That's it from my end. With that, I declare the meeting. I'm sorry. Can you no, stay. There's a few more formalities left. Today, Toastmaster Rohidas gave an icebreaker speech. Like I've been saying to the meeting, we have two showrooms left, isn't it? Okay. So we had 2 members who joined us today. Toastmaster showroom has left for the day. We have Toastmaster Sharanya with us. Toastmaster Sharanya, please come. We do something called the installation of a new member in the club. So we are going to do that ceremony right now. I will be saying something to you. Some statements I'll be making to you. You will accept them. Post which I will post some statements to the members of the club. I request you to accept it as membership. Toastmaster Sharanya promised to be an active member of the club and it meets regularly. Yourself always apply in the Toastmaster business department. When friendly relationship with fellow members. Do you, members of Admin Toastmaster, promise to support Toastmaster Sharanya as they work the Toastmaster program?
Yes.
It is my pleasure to declare you installed as member of Admin Toastmasters.
And we asked everyone for the very nice day.
With that, the meeting is finally over. Everybody, please come up for a group photo.